Yep. And moving on to topic 2, which is Jus2's mini album Focus. So they are a subunit of GOT7. Which members is it? I don't remember.
JB and Yugam.
Yeah, okay. And this is their debut. They've not put out anything before this as a subunit. Obviously, they're part of GOT7, so they put out a lot of music.
Yeah.
The title track, which is the first track, is Focus on Me. And yeah, this sets the tone for the album really well. It's just really smooth R&B. I think their voices mix really well together because one of them has a higher pitch and the other has a much lower pitch.
Yeah.
It mixes really well. And the instrumentals are fantastic. I think the beat's very repetitive, but it's really intricate. So that makes up for it. There was almost no change up in it, but the beat itself is so intricate that it really stood out to me. Mm-hmm. I thought the synth line is really chill and sparse. It matches the emptiness of the song well.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great. Music video is good. It fits the style of the song. I really like the parts where they do a lot of stuff where either it's one or the other in the shot and it switches between them with a bunch of glitchy effects. And then also there's a lot of shots where it's them and then the camera moves forward or back and there's another version of them and it becomes like a tunnel of them, and that's in the shot for the slideshow I picked. And the choreography is great as expected of GOT7 members. So yeah, overall I thought this was a fantastic song, and I really enjoyed it.
So this song was produced by JYP. Surprisingly, because this isn't JYP's normal thing.
Oh, really? I did not realize he produced that.
He got production credits on this, and it was also produced by Cosmic Boy, which makes more sense. Cosmic Boy is one of the artists we covered last week on
I remember
releases, the song with Yura, so it kind of makes sense. Also, apparently, I have to double check this, but a little I don't know, a little rapper singer named OLNL has production and writing credits on this. Remember OLNL? Freaking Korean Lil Yachty, the guy with the really high pitched weird ass voice. How is he on? How did he get production credits on this? I have what's his relation to JYP or Cosmic Boy? I was like, what? Okay, that threw me for a loop.
Can't tell you there.
If you know, please let us know in the comments. Anyway, most of what I have to say about this song is actually about the visual, the visual elements, the MV itself and the choreography, just because it's so hard to divorce much like Crown for TXT. It's so hard to divorce the visual elements of this video from the song itself, because it makes it so much better than it would be just on its own, in all honesty. I watched the live stage of it, and the live stage is kind of disappointing because there isn't all these crazy glitch effects going on. So it really is a big part of the song itself. Just those glitchy effects, there's those seamless transitions you mentioned, just it's sort of a tunnel type thing. There's this really cool action sequence photography type thing with Yugam. In terms of color palette, cinematography wise, it's almost the complete opposite of what TXT did. It's just absent of color, it's very monotone type thing. Their styling was just incredible. Yugam's wearing this in the screenshot we have here. He's wearing this oh no, this is the Gucci suits that they're wearing, both nice Gucci suits. Yugam's wearing this nice neon to contrast the sort of beige suit, and then JB's wearing a white shirt underneath to contrast against the black and white. There's another part where Yugam has this Balenciaga shirt on, this really nice color block, and his jacket has gray and black on it. Then the kicker here is, again, Yugam. He's he's the fashionista in this music video. He's wearing a $1,400 Gucci orange turtleneck that's made out of jacquard and shit, and the embroidery or whatever. I mean, that's normal in K-pop, but man, they are flexing. They are seriously. They came to serve looks.
$1,400 for a turtleneck.
It looks dope. It looks dope as hell. Like I'd rock that shit. Like if you can afford a $1,400 turtleneck, like you rock it.
Oh yeah, you're gonna yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I love the styling in this so much. It's just like obviously all those details just are, as a fashion designer or shoe designer myself, like I can appreciate that to some degree. Getting on to the other main point I have is choreography. Whereas TXT was a lot of just like very fast-paced motions and just like formation type stuff. A lot of the choreography in this is slow motions and isolations, where like there's some parts where like they're either isolating like their hand and like or their neck, type of thing, which is very hard. Isolations are hard, but they're honestly some of like the coolest looking things in dancing. Like just because being able to isolate like certain like body parts it fits this song so well, just being able to like isolate like your neck and that sort of thing, because like obviously the choreography isn't going to be like too crazy for this type of chill song, so it's a perfect choice in terms of like what moves to go with. I'd say what sort of threw me off is like you wouldn't expect a song like this from a group under JYP Entertainment. Like when you first heard this, like did you like this is GOT7 members? I mean,
yeah. Well, I mean, I had heard what it sounded like before I actually listened to it, so I kind of had expectations going in.
Like I had no expectations at all, so it just threw me for a loop entirely. But I think that's a good thing. Is just JYP is always willing to innovate and reinvent what their sound is as a label, or what GOT7's sound is. So like you'd think it would come from someone like, I don't know, like Dean or like Temin or something like that. Like you wouldn't expect it coming from members of GOT7. So I think again, just blowing away those expectations are what helped this song entirely. And if I'm gonna be entirely honest, I probably like this entire like subunits, like the 6 songs they put out here. I might like this better than anything GOT7's put out. I'm sorry. I love GOT7, but I was just completely like, maybe just because it's such a different like style for them that it just was really, really impressive to me. But
I could agree with that. Yeah, I definitely I like a lot of GOT7 stuff, but yeah, this stuff blew me away. Next we have Drunk on You. And I thought this was a really good idea to mix it up with an acoustic guitar and like just the snaps after the like really synth heavy instrumentals of the last song. So like they stuck with R&B, but they mixed up the style of R&B and the instrumentals a lot. So it didn't get stale. The high pitched like string part that gets mixed in, I thought was really interesting. I have no idea what the instrument is, but that definitely stood out to me. And yeah, the vocals once again are fantastic and they mixed really well. And I thought it was a really good idea to end with a guitar solo. So yeah, I once again love this song.
It was at this point in the album that I realized, this whole thing is just going to be essentially K-pop baby making music. Like that's the only way to explain this entire like thing. It's just going to be like sexy music, and I'm for it. I'm all for it. Like they pull it off really well. Like it's definitely overt the influence from like 90s like R&B that they're taking from, especially with like the sexiness of the song. So they pull it off so well. Yeah, this was an enjoyable song in many ways, between the vocals and the instrumentation.
Yeah. Next we have Touch.
It's a cover of
the Miss A song.
You were about to forget it.
No, I was trying. I feel like there's several songs named Touch, and I was just like trying to sort out which one would be the most popular. But then yeah, once again, like I said with the last song, they mix it up with another R&B song, but this time have a more piano based. Once again, like this gives the album an identity, but keeps the songs fresh.
Yeah.
Where the first song was very like electronic focused R&B instrumentals, then guitar focused. Now we have piano focused. I thought the drop was really smooth, which was great. I was a little worried when it started building that the drop would be like too overpowering and kind of like ruin the vibe of the song. but in my opinion, I think it was perfect for the song. And I love the idea for the bridge where one of them does the repetitive part of the chorus and then the other does like the really intense ad-libs. That was definitely my favorite part of the song. Really stood out. And then the falsetto at the end was fantastic.
Yeah, I'd say for this, I'd say the vocals definitely are the highlight of the song, but I don't know. It just outside of the chorus, it just felt kind of a bit too empty for my taste. I know what they're going for here, like stylistic wise. It's kind of like the same thing that like BTS does on like their emo tracks. So, but the thing is though, like it's the same problem that I have with BTS's tracks, in that like it can be a bit boring in that case, just where it's like, outside of like the chorus or like the drop, it's just basically just you're waiting until that happens essentially. And I felt like if they could have brought a bit more balance to it, I probably would have enjoyed it more.
Yeah. Next we have Senses, and this is another. So this is where we move more into house. So this is definitely
the best part
song
of the album.
But I think it goes really well with the R&B style. And like they're still doing an R&B singing style, just over like deep house instrumentals.
Yeah.
But yeah, this song very much reminded me of Taemin. This was 100% a Taemin song. And I really wish we could get choreo to it. I don't know if they did a second song with their.
Yeah, I didn't check that one out.
Comeback stage, but yeah, and I didn't check, so maybe this would be it. But I really hope it is. If it, but we're not sure. But yeah, overall I love it. I thought the echo part at the end is really fantastic. I love songs that use echoes, which like throughout the sound stage. So like it makes it feel less like you're listening to a song and more like you're in an actual like theater echo, or something.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you just hearing different like whispers and echoes in different parts of the headphones. Really stood out to me. This is definitely my favorite song.
This is basically ASMR at this point. Like it's literally an ASMR song. I guess it works with like the deep house type thing, but as us being the two biggest connoisseurs of deep house, like this is probably like the highlight of the album. You'd probably agree. So it's like the way I rationalize this music, it sounds like music you'd hear in like an H&M or a Uniqlo. It's like this is the type of music that they play, just like really like sensual deep house. And again, it definitely fits the vibe that they've got going for them in like Focus on Me or Drunk on You, that type of like sexy. Like this whole album is sexy basically. That's like the one word description. All you need to know about this album is that it's sexy. So if you're into that sort of thing, definitely, like that alone is gonna sell. It's gonna sell copies. Just how sexy this album is. And I agree. They're definitely channeling some Taemin with this. Just very overt in the type of style of the music and the vocal approach that they take this song. And that's a great thing to sort of pull from, or a good person to pull from, because he's definitely cornered this like sexy male like singer, in at least when it comes to the K-pop space. So we need more of those, in all honesty, because we've kind of got away from that to some degree.
Yeah. I'm looking at their stages and it looks like they only got to do Focus on Me.
Really?
They need to do a second
like
song.
Not even like are they like BFFs with freaking like M Countdown or whatever? So you think they'd get two? And I mean, GOT7 has a decent fan base, or decent like following. So you'd think that the debut of a subunit would garner more than just one song, but oh well.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. They gave. Well, I mean, they kind of got screwed because it was the same time as TXT. So then they got 3 songs, or they got 2 or 3 songs. But then it's weird because Ravi got 2 songs, and I feel like just 2 would be more.
Yeah, because
would be bigger than
JYP
Ravi.
is pretty friendly with Mnet. So, anyways.
Okay, moving on to Love Talk, and this one is another house song, and this one's like more straight house, it's less deep house, it has some really awesome instrumentals, like the really frantic and super deep synths make the song for me, those definitely stood out, and I think like for this song, it felt like the vocals are definitely less of a focus than the rest of them. Like this is more of just like a straight club banger house song where like the instrumentals and the beat were much more the focus than the actual singing.
That's probably why I ended up liking it a bit more, just because I love the instrumental of this. Again, it's got that H&M Uniqlo like type vibe to it again. Specifically in terms of instrumental, it definitely reminds me of from Junghyun's posthumous album, Poet Artist. There was a song called Rewind on it that sounds almost like the same type of like sexy H&M vibe to it. So again, they're definitely wearing their influences on their sleeve in terms of like where they're pulling the styling from. But like, it's awesome. I want to hear more of this music. I want to hear more of this straight up like house music in K-pop. Because again, I think just the fact that this is coming from freaking JYP is blowing me away. Like still, like again, you'd never expect it from a JYP artist at all. Like we've sort of been conditioned to it because of like SM is just like super out there nowadays, but JYP. I think that factor alone is why I've ended up enjoying this album a lot. It was just blowing me away one song after another, just in terms of expectations.
Yeah. And finally we have Long Black. And this for the final song on the album, they go back to that true R&B style. Vocals, and unlike the last song, vocals are definitely the focus for this song. The beat is pretty simple, but I like the really chill underwatery synths. But yeah, it gives this song like a ballady feel without it being really a true ballad. So yeah, even though there isn't a real ballad on the song or on the album, like this is the closest we got. And yeah, it was great.
Yep. I'd say like the only thing I'd have to add to that is just I love the vocalizations, like that like it's super like high falsetto that I can't even. It's almost like Michael Jackson-esque in a way, just like super like high pitched. That definitely made the song for me, in all honesty. So yeah, I'd say almost everything on here I enjoyed, in all honesty. Which again, just you'll see with the scores. So
so yeah, we'll go to scores now. And yeah, for me it's definitely a 10 out of 10. I had everything about it. All the music was fantastic. I thought the music video was great. The choreography was great. Styling was great. There was nothing wrong with this album at all.
I give it a 9 out of 10, with splitting it up 3 for single, 3 for album track, and 3 for concept. Yeah, I gave a perfect score for concept because, like, in terms of cinematography, this might be some of like the best stuff I've seen in K-pop like ever, like at all. Just it's so out there and it's so memorable. Like it's. Again, it's JYP when it comes to like these visual elements. They definitely help set the bar when it comes to the big 3. So I hope they continue this. I hope they maybe bring some of this back into GOT7 itself, like the main group. As for my scores regarding music, I'd say I like Focus on Me. Maybe not as much as I liked Crown, but it's still a great song. Same thing with the album tracks. Almost every single one except for maybe like Touch was like a standout. So again, everything was just super consistent, very high quality. They're definitely the leading candidate at this point for best subunit. So if you told me at the beginning of the year that I was going to give a best subunit award to a GOT7 subunit, I told you I'd have thought you were crazy. So it's a really good job. I hope this isn't a one-off thing. I really hope that they go back to this. I don't know how well it's doing in terms of popularity, but I mean, it has like 25 million views on YouTube. But I mean, GOT7 just gets a lot of views in general. But I hope they don't abandon this concept at all. Like, go back to this, even if it comes to like bringing this into GOT7 itself. Like, there's so much they can work with in this, in my opinion. So, 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Yep. Jacob said, this was not a unit I would have expected to come out of GOT7 as far as group members go, but I'm really glad they were given a chance as a subunit. JB and Yugyeom's voices mend really well together in a smooth R&B and electronic-inspired tracks that line the unit's debut mini-album. All the tracks are really well made in my opinion and would play really well within a club setting. However, I think they tend to blend together a little too much with each other. They all could easily be title tracks in my opinion, just much too similar. I hope we continue to get this good this good of a quality in full GOT7 releases as well. Also would like a shout out the music video for Focus on Me is pretty visually pleasing to my eye. And he gave music, he gave a 6 out of 7, and concept he gave a 2.5 out of 3, so 8.5 out of 10 total.
Cooper said he didn't give individual track thoughts as well. His overall thoughts were, when this was announced as a JV and Yugam like duo, I was hoping it would be an R&B, neo soul, deep house album, and this is literally what it was. Please just let JV produce all of GOT7's music. Yeah, both of them were involved in the production of all of the tracks on here, which is great. So yeah, please let JB produce all of GOT7's music. Every song is so good. This is the best thing they've ever done, and it's not even close. And Cooper gave it perfect marks as well, a 10 out of 10. So, doing the math and punching it into the calculator, we're going to get a 9.375, which
does round
up to a 9.5. Wow, that might be the highest average we have so far, and I think.
Yeah. This year.
Yeah, that might be the highest like final score. So, it gets a shiny. Holy crap. Wow. GOT7 has our highest album rating of the year so far.
Yeah.
That is a shocker.
Not expected, but worth it. Or like worthy
totally
of
worth it. Can they come to KCON? Can they just
yeah.
I
mean, they've done subunits at KCON.
Yeah, because like Super Junior, like D&E, K, or like something like that, or whatever it's called. XOCBX came to like KCON like in Japan or whatever, so there's a precedent for them bringing like just subunits there. So let us know what your thoughts are on Jus2's Focus. Did you like all the songs? Is it too sexy for you? Is it not sexy enough for you? I don't know why you'd think that, but leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below.
Mm-hmm. See, I've been following Nine Muses for a long time, so I know most of them. So it was nice seeing like Sarah and people that left a while ago. But yeah, I thought the song is typical, but it is good. Like it's your typical like what you'd expect from a goodbye song. But I think it's a good song.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.